And it's Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services, talking business at the Card Forum in New Orleans. And I have our colleague Pete Alter with us to sum up day two of the conference. Pete, a lot of ideas discussed today at the conference about, led off, I thought, by Chris Reed of MasterCard, who talked about that customers want convenience, make it easy, but they want it to be very secure.
For sure, Ken. That was the theme all day. I learned a new word today, phygital. It's the combination of a physical presence and a digital presence. So customers want it easy, but they also want it secure.
Absolutely. And Justin Zeidman of Navy Federal Credit Union was on a panel, and they brought up fintechs, which was talked about at length yesterday. But he talked about fintechs that are nipping at the edge of bank business, taking unsecured loans, taking some of the revolving portfolio. And I thought that was a very good point he made about the role of fintechs at this point in the industry.
Fintechs are doing a very good job at finding a single pain point and turning that into a business. We'll see if there's a long-term viability to that. It could be that we're one economic downturn away from seeing some of those fintechs go away. But the other thing that fintechs do is that they identify to the traditional issues where the opportunities are. So if you see where a fintech is nibbling at your business, you know where you can focus your efforts to prevent fintechs from essentially being a parasite to your business. So fintechs, in a sense, fall, to me, under the category of frenemies. There are certain things that they do well because they don't have the legacy systems of a large bank, but they're also not full-featured or full-service providers. So they're a frenemy. You could partner with them for certain things, but you could also consider them an enemy and allow their efforts to target where you want to improve your own offerings.
Yes. Emily Sixta of Citibank had quite a few insightful points about managing the customer journey for their customers, being able to, what she called intelligent servicing, really managing and developing quantitative analysis of customer journey. I thought that was a very good way to express how to measure that aspect.
Totally agree. It's always been about making the right offer to the right customer at the right time. That will never change.
And from Visa, Michael Marks, one of their research directors, was actually on the same panel, and he talked about the challenge of expectations, the younger customer versus the older customer. He said the older customer wants to be able to talk to someone on the phone or in the branch and wants a friendly conversation in handling their business. The younger customer wants access 24/7 and every day of the week, and is more interested in just being able to get a response than even an answer. I thought that was a very good way to show the different types of customer segments the banks have to be able to address.
Digital. That's what you've just described. Some customers want to be in branch or on the phone and talking to a human being. Other customers want to be digital, only on their phone, 24/7, and immediate access and service.
Mark Cronister has been a client of ours when he was at First National Bank, now with Kobe in St. Petersburg, and he hosted an event talking about the importance of being able to measure emotional loyalty to a brand. And he had examples from retail, from the airline business, as well as banking. And he had three key stats that he talked about: status, habit type of transaction, and then also reciprocity as key measurements of loyalty. What did you think of that presentation?
I thought it was excellent, and it really spoke to me. In addition to being in the payments business as a provider, I'm also a consumer. And I completely understand the idea of emotional loyalty. And in our business, emotional loyalty to me is around the peace of mind that you would get from the protection benefits that we provide That's for people that are making a purchase. And then for the smaller segment of people that have an unfortunate event that leads to the claim, to a claim, obviously the fact that the insurance benefits are there to cover their financial loss.
And we were in an interesting session that dealt with balancing airline point rewards with keeping a bank credit card business profitable. And Justin Seal talked about, and his panel talked about measuring every point to be able to make the program work, and to having dialogue with the partner, with perhaps the airline or the hotel or the retailer. But they talked about redemption being such a positive experience for the customer that it tends to simulate more business with the bank, and also just good PR, because the customers, when they are able to redeem something, are talk about it with all their friends. So he and his panel were very positive still about reward programs. What do you think?
I thought that was an excellent presentation as well. And again, when I look at that, I see it through the lens of our business of insurance benefits. So to me, insurance benefits are a feature on a credit card, just like rewards and reward points are. And when I listen to the discussion of rewards, I hear it, through my lens of insurance benefits. And insurance benefits, we always want to have engagement, obviously. But do you measure engagement by insurance claims, or do you measure engagement by customers feeling free to use a particular covered card for a transaction because they know they have insurance protection for that benefit? The challenge for us is that if you measure engagement by claims, the more claims that you have, ultimately your rates will have to go up to cover it. And bank card programs certainly have a very well-defined P&L. So the magic for us is to come up with benefits that provide that peace of mind to a customer so that they're happy to pull that card, they feel that they're protected to make a transaction, and we're covering all covered events quickly and easily from a claims process when something happens, but doing that yet in a cost-controlled environment so that banks have certainty what their expenses will be now and a year or two out into the future.
Well, Pete Alter, we have one more half a day, actually, tomorrow, final day of the card forum, and then we head back to New York. Any final thoughts?
Looking forward to tomorrow. So far, day one and day two have been terrific.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining me, for helping us sum up the day. It's a pleasure.
Thanks, Ken.
Great. Thank you, Peter Alter. And this is Ken Kraetzer for CBSI Services, talking business from the Card Forum in New Orleans, Louisiana.